Well, you've got them loaded into this. Well, the contestants are loaded into the ring, and that fence around is going to keep them there. We sincerely hope. You're looking at Humongous. Humongous. I tell you, the name fits him, even though I am not quite certain what it means. But if it means a giant with plenty of power, plenty of weight, plenty of strength, and presumably very little brains, then this is Humongous. Jake the Snake, a thinking man's wrestler. The first one to come up with the idea of a mask that is much along the same lines as Humongous mask. Listen to these fans. Listen to this uproar of these fans. DDT. That is the famous hold that is used by Jake the Snake. And Jake the Snake with a driving knee lift comes in there to upend Humongous. In a few wild moments before this match started, Humperdinck made the mistake of coming inside the area on the inside of the cage, and Jake the Snake snatched him up into the ring before Humongous could get in, and he got a few good wallops in on Lord Humperdinck himself. Humongous trying to get Jake to meet him on his own terms, and Jake is smart enough to be able to maneuver around there and to use Woods. He scooped him up and tried his best then to drive him through the ring, and here is Jake the Snake. Jake's got his own power, aided by the fact that he knows how to apply a body slam, and that takes the place of a lot of power. Listen to that. I never in my life thought I would live long enough to have fans cheering so tremendously for a guy named Jake the Snake. But Jake is a snake only in some of the moves that he uses in that ring. He is an intelligent individual with a great grasp on the wrestling game, and he is smart enough to be able to take Humongous off his feet with a clothesline, and that's what he did just then. Outside the ring now, we have Humongous and Jake the Snake, and nobody gained anything in that exchange of maneuvers, banging against the steel fence that surrounds this ring, or the steel cage. Bad fall for Jake the Snake as he twisted as he was falling. And here is Humongous now trying to unmask him, and he has succeeded in taking the mask from the head of Jake the Snake, and he's got him in a bad spot right now. Jake, when he was on even terms with the giant, was doing great. Now he's beating that steel cage, and certainly not in any kind of an even basis. So Jake is down. Jake looking for the opportunity to get a moment's respite. You can see half his head hanging through that cage. You see Jake the Snake caught on the cage, and his head stuck through as Humongous, with that tremendous weight of his and that effort of his, Now it's Jake go. Jake, if he can respond to these fans, is most certainly going to win their undying gratitude. But Humongous has come in. He is able to grab hold of Jake the Snake. Jake is in a bad spot. He's got a huge man there, and he has temporarily lost his equalizer, and as the Snake moves around, the Humongous is trying to get rid of the referee. Now the exchange between Jake and Humongous is confined to them, and Humongous keeps after that split that is above the eye and just up around the hairline of the head, and he is in there with a body slam. And now Humongous comes to apply the coup de grace. He did it. He came down there with that great big leg of his, and again, as he comes down, he lands with all of that tremendous 300 pounds, and Jake is, unfortunately for his fans, taking an awful lot of punishment, like catching that mask in the middle of his back. Look at the muscles on this man. Not the kind of body that was developed by weightlifting. Whatever he has done away from the world of scheduled athletics. 5 minutes have gone by as Jake the Snake now fights off the cobra hold being applied to him. He pushed against the turnbuckle. He dropped the Humongous back on his head and his back, and if Jake can recover, here is an opportunity. Here come the fans with that DDT. As Jake again with that driving kick, but this time Humongous was equal to it. He's got Jake's boot, and Jake now, Jake's got his own boot. And as he comes in here, he is able to lay it in, looking for a soft spot in the back of that mask, driving away at the Humongous. DDT rocked him right square on his head. Oh, magnificent. Those fans know what the DDT can do. Whoa. All of a sudden, the crowd gets quiet because the Humongous is the first man they have ever seen who has gotten out of the DDT or has gotten up after it was applied to him. And with Jake hanging in the ropes, we've got the referee thrown out of the line of action, and the Humongous trying to just pound away. And here is the Nightmare has just thrown a chair in there for one of his stablemates to make use of. And as they rise here, there is a kick in the belly. Jake the Snake comes in. Jake, he dropped him in there, dropped him on the chair. There it is, and Jake the Snake.
All the wrestlers get in.